Okay, so this is the Thatched Cottage. It has 2 sheets, both unique, and it's a pretty simple build, so let's just crack on with it. As usual, I'll start by popping out the walls. Okay, so I've popped out the walls. I've actually popped out these apexes as well. And on one of these walls, one of the windows is on the hinges are on a small thin piece, so be extra careful with that. Now I just need to clip it together, remembering to start from one side and always carry on. Okay, so there it is, and with this particular build, we want the door on the side here with this blank piece of wall, and I normally put the it looks nice with the windows at the front. So I've assembled the apex this way. The reason is we've got a kind of a chimney stack that has to go here. There's some special slots on this wall specifically for it. This chimney stack and furnace. So we're going to pop that out. Okay, so that's those parts there popped out. This is basically full of half cuts, so what I'm going to do, I'm basically going to just bend this around across its half cuts, being careful of these small areas here. So we'll do that. So that's your first part. You've got this kind of chimney shape here. Now I'm going to kind of bend this part round and lay this down. And this part here just kind of lives underneath here. So it's just like a little bit longer. Okay, and that gives you your little chimney shape. It kind of doesn't stay in place very well like that because it requires the wall here for it to work. Okay, but what we'll do is we'll get that to stay even better by popping the furnace in. So I'll bend that across the top. And you'll see here, there's a tab here which is slightly shorter, and I'm gonna pop that underneath here first, and then as I put it underneath, I'm gonna kind of slot it into the top as I push it up. Oops, trying to do this backwards. There you go. As I do that, I'm gonna kind of slot it into the top at the same time, and I'm going to end up with it like this basically, and you'll see there's just enough gap in there for me to, and it's a tight fit, but to get this wall on here. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on here, and on this wall you'll notice this extra slot here that doesn't normally belong. It's quite a long slot. It's a tall one. Roughly in the middle, bit off to one side, and that's where we're going to slot this into. There you go, and as you can see, that fits really nicely. There's some little overlaps here that fit together nicely on the chimney, and once I've done that, I'll probably just close any gapping in there by pushing that furnace in tight to the wall. Like so, yeah, and then that will basically be the chimney in place. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is put the roof on, so I'll grab that. Okay, so the thatch roof is a little bit different than some of the other roofs in the fact that it doesn't have like a top beam. It's a different style of building, and it comes with these amazing kind of thatched, textured, super blendable clips. Be amazed. So let's just a little bit of a thing in there. Let's pop that out. Get out of it. Stuck on my thumb. Okay. So now, as with all roofs, what we're going to do, we're just going to add a very, very slight bend to this. These clips are super tight, but I'm just carefully edging it. You can hear the noise. Just very carefully, being careful not to bend the roof. And I'll keep doing it until they meet up at the top. And as you probably already guessed, there's a slot in the side of here, a gap probably, and so that fits over the chimney like that. Now I'm just checking that. Do I need a little bit more bend in it? I don't know. I'm kind of quite happy with that. In fact, I might just give it a little bit of a bend while it's sitting on there. No, that's great. Okay, so there we go. So in essence, that's the kind of the build. As usual, you'll pop your floor into the bottom. Just pop that off over here. Okay, this floor has got a couple of different options, as many of the floors have, of which texture you want. I like the wooden one with the stone surround. It's also got slots in it. They're not used. It just allows you to use this wall in different builds. What this also comes with is it will come with a bookcase and a storage chest and a chair, which we all cover, and a barrel over here. All of this is covered in our dedicated scatter terrain video, but also we have this kind of surround here, which sits on the outside of the house. So if I pop that out, it's got a kind of a jigsaw piece here. We found that it sits a little better if it's in two parts. And this basically will quite happily sit like this, okay? Which means that if you push your chimney up a little bit higher, you'll notice the chimney is allowed to go up further than it ordinarily would do. And it's similar with the furniture items as well. They can normally go up this little bit higher, and it means they don't get in the way of the floor. This means that the floor can actually be pushed inside of the walls. And this floor is sized very slightly different, just specifically for this. And what it means is that when you pop this over here, the chimney just pops itself over the top of this, which means it can still go up to the building. And you can always then just adjust it down a bit so that actually, you know, is dead level with that. And you get this lovely little surround, and then you put your little bench at the front, a little barrel and a bookcase and a chair and a nice cup of tea, and you are set to really have a nice relaxing time away from all the fuss and the aggro of the local tavern in your nice little cottage. So basically, yeah, there you go. That is the build for the Thatched Cottage.